Hi. I think there's two people watching right now. Yeah. Hey, two people. So I hope this is working. It's very interesting. I can see a microphone set up, so I'll try to talk loud enough. Hopefully, there's a live chat thing, so chat me if it sounds off or you can't hear me. Um, so if you are some of my clients that I work with normally, this is going to be a level two. So oftentimes in my classes, we do more of a level two, a little bit of level three. So it probably won't be an hour class. It'll probably be more like 40 minutes. But for our first I'm experimenting in space. I'm nervous about this all new experience, but anyway. So hopefully, if you haven't studied with me before, and if you're new to Pilates, you've watched the videos, the tutorials on the fundamental skills, the pre-Pilates, and the basic 10. I've also been trying to upload the basic 5, which is a nice little workout that you can do if you only have like 5 minutes. Basically, a level 1 workout, once you get it down and you know the exercises, should only take you 10 minutes tops to do. Likewise, level 2 might take you 20 minutes once you know the exercises really well. And the pre-Pilates is not Pilates original work, Joseph Pilates original work, but it's stuff that has been introduced as a warm-up or something to give to bodies that maybe aren't up to the traditional Joseph Pilates work yet, and also to expand the level 1 and the level 2 offering so that we could fill an hour with Pilates-esque movements. So that said, let's just start out with some fundamentals, and then we'll treat this as warm-up, and then we'll move into our level 2, which will probably take about 20 minutes, and then you can all go off and drink some wine or do whatever you're going to do this evening in your solitude or with your family or whoever you're with. So starting out first with, let's talk about the scoop. So the scoop, I always said the term scoop is a shorthand to jump into it. You're thinking about hollowing out your stomach, almost like you're looking in a mirror sideways and you're trying to make yourself as skinny as possible in a bathing suit. So you're going to pull your navel point back towards your spine and up towards the back of your ribs. And it helps if you're sitting up really tall. So think about sitting up really tall, cross-legged as I am right now. And bring your hands onto your belly. And I want you to think about reaching the crown of the head up. So the chin's not going up, the chin is staying down. You're lengthening, almost like someone's pulling your ears up towards the ceiling, and your spine, you're trying to make as much space between each of your vertebrae as possible. So keeping that long spine in place, let's think about the scoop. So you're going to pull your navel point back towards your spine and up towards the back of your ribs, not going into a C curve in your spine, but keeping nice neutral posture. Inhale, breathe in, scoop the belly, and then exhale, try to scoop even more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, pull the navel point in, and exhale. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Now you might think, how do I do that and breathe at the same time and not breathe into my stomach? So bring your hands onto your ribs and let's practice our rib cage breathing, or accordion breathing, as I like to call it, and other people, I think I didn't make that up, like to call it. So I want you to imagine that your ribs are like an accordion. And that accordion is going to open out to the side, the bellows are going to fill with air, and then you're going to squeeze the accordion together and squeeze out every atom of air. And that squeeze is coming from the muscles all the way around your ribs. So let's just practice that. Don't worry about your scoop for a second. Let's just think about isolating the breathing in your rib cage. So inhale, breathe in through the nose, breathe into your hands, let your hands swing out wide to the side. And then exhale, pull your ribs together, breathe out all the air, squeeze. Inhale, breathe into the nose, and breathe out through the mouth, a little stream of air. Again, in through the nose, 4 breaths. Inhale, pull your belly in, scoop your belly, breathe into your ribs. Inhale and exhale. One more like that. Pull the belly in and exhale out all the air. And switch hands. Inhaling and exhale. And one more time. And exhale. But if ever I'm sitting cross-legged or sitting up tall with my legs out. Just a note for anybody who might have tight hamstrings and men out there, sit on a block, sit on some books if you have some big like architecture books or something like that, or bend your knees and sit up tall. But I want your spine to be as tall as possible because we're trying to strengthen the musculature around the spine and around the waist to support your spine. Okay, so now let's lie down on the mat and we'll just do some nice warming up, thinking about scooping, thinking about breathing into your ribs the whole time. So let's first find our neutral spine. So make sure that you're not pushing your low back into the ground, but you have a little bit of space for your fingertips to go under there, but your ribs aren't arching off the ground. Your ribs are knit together and your pelvis isn't curling in, but instead it's neutral. So if I put a cup of coffee on your pelvis, it wouldn't spill your chest and it wouldn't spill your feet. Your feet are hip distance apart, 90-degree angle with the knees approximately. Let's have hands on the belly just to think about your scoop. Relax your shoulders, pull them down your back, and your chin is down, it's not up. If it has a tendency to be up and you feel like your shoulders are coming forward, give yourself a book, not a huge one. Trying to think of, I don't know, not as big as Pride and Prejudice, but a book just to elevate your head a little bit and will take it will relieve your neck a bit, so you can pull your chin down. So scooping, think about pulling the belly in and up, keeping that little space. Inhale, scoop the belly. Exhale, scoop even more. Hopefully you can feel it more here. Inhale, breathing into the ribs. Inhale, scoop the belly. And exhale, scoop even more. Let's add some leg movement. So this is my fundamental skills. This is your knee lift. Starting on the right, inhale, bring your right leg up to tabletop, and then exhale, lower it down. Keep on the right side. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, bring it down. Think about your chest being open to the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, and you're just pointing your foot gently. I just worked out my feet so they're cramping. Inhale. And exhale. Let's switch to the other side. Inhaling. And exhale, tap. Now think about your scoop. Inhale, scoop the belly. And exhale, scoop it even more. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your arms beside you. Press your arms down into the ground. You feel the strength of your arms and your shoulder girdle. And now we're going to go from side to side. Right leg comes up. Inhale. And exhale. Lower it down. And then we switch to the other side, moving nice and fluidly from side to side. Breathing in through the nose as you go to the right. Exhale through the mouth, a little stream of air right up to the ceiling. Left inhale and exhale. Good. Now bring your right leg up to tabletop position. This is going to be challenging, so don't do more than you can. Don't let this go into your back. So feel the weight of your leg. Scoop your belly and hold your center with your belly. And now you're going to bring up your left leg as well. Feel how heavy that is. Pull your knees together. Pull your feet together. You have one piece of steel for both of your legs are just one piece of steel. And now don't let your back arch off the ground, but let your thighs move away from you. Keep 90-degree angle with your knees and then pull it back in. Feel how difficult that is. Maybe you don't go away. Maybe you just stay here. Maybe you can go all the way down to the ground and pull yourself back in, but you're never arching your back. One more time. Inhale, scoop the belly. And exhale, scoop even more. My feet are working them out. All right, so let's pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Move your knees around. And move in the opposite direction. Just open up your hip. Good. So now we're going to do some knee sways, feet on the ground, knees together. So this is just getting you into some of the concepts. We're going to start moving a little bit faster as we go. So your knees are glued together, and I want you to guide your knees with your pelvis. You're going to rock across the back of your pelvis one direction, and then rock the other direction. Shoulders stay on the ground, arms down the ground. And you're going to move your pelvis from your belly. So think about a deep leg belly connection. Scoop your belly, inhale. Let's go to the right first. Your knees go to the right. Your top foot stacks on top of the bottom one. You're lifting that left hip up and then pull the left hip down as you exhale. Then you go to the other side. Always pull it back. Keep those shoulders square to the ceiling. Keep your chin down. Inhale. And exhale. You can press your arms down to the ground. Feel the strength of your arms. Use this as a bit of an arm workout. Feel the muscles. Next one, inhale and exhale. Good. Let's go into a cross crawl. So you're going to be on your hands and your knees. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Knees are hip distance apart. And I want you to just let your belly hang. And now pick it up and pull it up towards your spine without arching your back. We're not doing that yet, but just feel your scoop in this position. Again, let your belly hang. And then pick it up and pull it up towards your spine. So that's your scoop in this position. So don't stop scooping. Keep scooping. Look straight down at the ground. Now your tailbone's going to curl under. You're rolling up through your spine towards the ceiling until you're arching like a Halloween cat and your head goes down. And then start with the tailbone. Again, the tailbone wants to come up towards the ceiling, and you roll through your spine until you're opening your chest to the wall in front of you, pulling your shoulders down your back and looking straight ahead. Tailbone curls under you. Scoop your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Tailbone up towards the ceiling. Roll through the spine. Breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And now let's come to a neutral spine. Cross crawl. Just going to do a quick cross crawl. You're going to send your left hand in front and your right leg behind you. So reach your fingertips and your toes out, opposite limbs, and then lift them up and balance. And now bring them back, exhaling into place. Opposite limbs, right fingertips, left leg, lift, and exhale, lower, and draw it back. Go into the other side. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Sit on your heels. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Now rolling up through the spine. Whenever you have a chance, you roll up through the spine. Let's do one more spinal articulation. So when we did the cat-cow, that was a spinal articulation. That's another fundamental skill, which I didn't include in my fundamental skills workout video. So apologies, but I want you to think about when you articulate the spine, each vertebra moving individually, and you know in your back where you don't want to move, where you're fused together. That might not be the fact that your vertebrae are actually fused, but the muscles are frozen there, maybe from your entire life having the posture you have, maybe more recently, such as after having children, getting older, sitting at a desk. So let's just do a bridge. Feet are separated hip distance apart. Arms are down on the ground. Window frame arms. Press your arms down into the ground. Now, stand on your feet. Put a little bit of weight into your feet. Curl your tailbone in like you want to reach it towards your nose. So your back is going to press down to the ground. And then inhale, scoop, and lift up through the spine one vertebra at a time until you're at your shoulder blades. Now you come down from your breastbone. Breastbone coming down first. One vertebra at a time. Lowering down to the mat. Exhaling. Inhale, curl the tailbone, lifting it up. You're still inhaling, and now you exhale. Reach the spine long. Just two more like that. Move with the breath. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Now, one twist, because this is nice. Butterfly twist. So lying down on your side, knees to the front edge, feet are shins are parallel to the front edge of the mat, head is at the back edge, hands behind the head, elbows in front of the nose. Inhale, lift that top elbow up and try to lie down on your shoulder blades, but your knees stay stacked, your hips stay stacked, and then exhale. Let's bring it back. Just two more like that. Oftentimes I'm going to fall off the mat. You only do 3 exercises of something. Isn't that nice? Inhale and exhale. One more time. And exhale. And then going to the other side. Lying on your side. Hands behind the head, elbows in front of the nose, shins to the front edge of the mat, knees stacked. Inhale, opening up to the ceiling. Look up, imagine there's clouds up there. Look at those clouds. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Feel this twist and make it as deep as you can. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Are you scooping? Exhale. Make sure you're scooping. All right, so that's our warm-up. That's some pre-Pilates there, some fundamental skills, and now let's do our level 2. I'm going to start getting warm, so I'm going to take off my cashmere and check the time. Let's see. I got a text from one of you, yes to wine. Oh yeah, we're all going to be doing the same thing after this. Okay, so level 2 could take just 20 minutes. I'm going to move pretty fast. I'll try to explain the level 2 exercises as we do them because I don't have a video for that yet. So hopefully you've watched the level 1 videos. But just try to follow along and send me some messages if you need some extra advice for the next time about your specific body, about things that were unclear. So the first exercise in our series is always, well, not always. Once you get to level 3, you do something called footwork, which is hard. But first, we're going to do the hundreds now. So bring your knees into your chest, and in this position, you're curling your pelvis. Press your navel point down to the ground. Press your low back down to the ground. Use your scoop to hold your back down to the ground. Imagine you're anchoring it down. Your hands are on your shins, and then you're going to lift your head and look down at your heels, and then you're going to lengthen your arms beside you. Now, you can keep your knees here. You bring yourself to tabletop, knees together. You could lengthen your legs, Pilates V. Pilates V looks like this. Toes apart, heels together. Or you could think about starting to lower your legs away. The lower you get, the harder it will be. So pick your poison. I'm going to stay here. Inhale, start to pump the arms. And then exhale, pump for 5. You inhale for 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, keep that navel point down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, draw those knees in. Oh, it's hard to do that and talk at the same time. Lengthen your legs down the mat. So my face feels flushed, and that's what you're supposed to feel. It's called the internal shower, according to Joseph Pilates, which basically means blood flow coursing through your body, opening up all the blood vessels and oxygenating every part of your body. So that's a good thing. Next, we do the roll up. Fingertips to the ceiling, shoulders down the back, heels together, toes apart, Pilates V. Now, you're flexing your feet and reaching your heels away from you, but I don't want to see your heels lift off, especially if you're hypermobile. Keep your heels on the ground. Inhale, lift your head, look through your arms, pull your shoulders down, come up through the crown of the head, and roll over your legs. Your arms are parallel to the ground. Exhale. Inhale, pull your navel point back and roll yourself down. Inhale, lift your head, coming up over your legs. Exhale. Inhale. Now I don't want to see the shoulders coming up towards your ears. This is all about your spine. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3, I think. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, of course, I hope you know your modifications. If you need help, bend your knees. I'll do this last one like this and hold on to the back of your legs. Bend your elbows. Come up, and then maybe you could lengthen your legs and stretch. And then coming back, hold on to the back of your legs and roll down through the spine. Good. That was our last one. Draw your into your chest. Give yourself a hug. This is leg circles, but it won't be a circle at this point. This point, it's a D shape, and we're working on the stability of the pelvis. So stretch. Inhale, pull that leg in. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Once more. Now point and flex. Oh. And roll the ankle around. How can my feet feel so seized up? Roll the other way. I hear a lot of creaking. And then point that foot up towards the ceiling. Lift your head, look down at the other foot and flex it. Then turn your legs out in your hip socket so you have a turnout. And if you need to bend your knee a little bit, do that. I don't want you to feel it here. I want you to think about the belly holding the leg. That might feel mysterious, but now scoop your belly and find a deep belly leg connection. Now, shoulders are down, arms are down. You're going to cross the leg over the body. Then in line with the hip, exhale, lift it up. Inhale and exhale. This is backwards D, capital D. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. I think we have one more this direction, and then we switch, go down, across the body and up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Last one. And the knee, bring it in. My quad is definitely wanting to do things, as are my hip flexors. So switch to the other side and really try to stretch out that side. Anticipate what your hip flexors are going to want to do. Lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling. Hold on behind the leg. You can lift the head if you want, not holding on behind the knee. Inhale, draw in, and exhale, release. Inhale, and exhale one more time. And then point and flex the foot. You can still be holding onto your leg, or you can let go. Roll the ankle around, and roll the opposite direction. And then point that foot. Lift your head, look to the other foot, flex it. The legs are on the center line. Heels would be together if they were together. Now turn your legs out. Top foot pointed, bottom foot flexed. Arms down, press your arms down to the ground. Scoop your belly. Inhale, across and down. In line with the hip, exhale up. And I mean hip bone. Exhale. Inhale and exhale 2 more times. This direction. Last one. We go fast and we go down and across. Down and across. Down and across. Now we're doing that big D. And across. Oh, do we have one more? Maybe. And drop the knee in. Release those muscles. Now, transition. Hold on to that thigh or shin, whatever it is. Rock yourself up. Pick the other foot up. Balance. So you should be in the middle of your mat so you're not off that direction. You're not going to roll off that direction. And I want you not sitting on your sit bones, not someplace comfortable, but instead curl your tailbone under and get to the back of your pelvis so you can feel like it's difficult to do this. And scoop your belly. Hold everything with your belly. Elbows are lifted. At this point, your heels can be together, your knees can be together, or your knees can be separated. Hands can be at the back of your thighs. They could be at the front of your shins. You're working towards making yourself a tiny little ball and being able to roll in this ball shape like that the whole time. So just know that that's where you're going. Think about the space between your thigh and your chest staying the same the whole time. I'm going to hold on here, and you're going to roll back, thinking about lifting your tailbone up to the ceiling, and then come forward with the crown of the head reaching over. Oops, touch the ground. Shouldn't have done that. So you're going to pick your tailbone up and come forward to the crown of the head. The other thing I don't want to see is that you throw your head backwards. Keep looking at your heels. Inhale, roll back, and exhale, come up. This is called rolling like a ball. And your spine should be a ball shape, meaning it's in a C curve. And I don't want to, I'll demonstrate what you don't want to do. You don't want to throw your legs to come up, and you don't want to throw your head back to go back. Instead, you're just rocking on your spine, picking up your tailbone, reaching through the crown of the head. Ends of your spine are moving you. Do a couple more. Elbows stay lifted. And then stop here. Lengthen your left leg. Right knee is into your chest. Hold on your right hand at your right ankle. Left hand crosses to your right knee. This is a confusing one for lots of people. All right, so your feet would be on the center line if they were together. Now you're going to pick up your left leg, roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, and switch to the other side. Left hand, left ankle. Then switch. Right hand, right ankle. And switch to the tips of your shoulder blades. And bring both knees into the chest. Just relax here for a second. Do. Just giving you a breather. They get harder as they go. This is called the series of 5. This next one is, that was single leg stretch, this is double leg stretch. Hands on your shins, heels together, knees are apart in line with your shoulders. Pick your head up, look at your heels. You're gonna send both legs out, your arms come by your ears, and then arms reach out, knees come in. Inhale and exhale. Scoop the belly and scoop even more. Can you do that? 2 more. 1 more time. And relax. So now we've been lying down for a while, so I think it would be nice to do something sitting up. So just you can hold onto your shin and rock yourself up. You can do a roll up, roll to your side and push yourself up. Do what you need to do to come up sitting up tall. Now, start with those knees bent, feet flexed. Feel your heels on the ground, feel your sit bones on the ground. Maybe take the meaty parts of your bum and pull them out to the side so you can find your sit bones. Start with arms out in front for a spine stretch. Your hands are on the tabletop, so they can only go out and in on that table. They can't go down to the ground. So let's see. Now you're going to stay as tall as you can and just stretch your legs out as much as you can without changing your back and without lifting your heels. Inhale, you're up against the wall. You're going to exhale to bring your chin to your chest and start rounding your spine off the wall. And as you do it, your fingertips are moving forward on the table. And then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale and exhale. My hands down on the table, not quite sure. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. This is the level 2 version of spine stretch. You're going to hold on to a beach ball between your hands. Press into that beach ball. Feel your shoulders. Don't let your shoulders come up to your ears. Keep them down. Think about your spine stretching up and over. Like you want to get your fingertips and you want to get the crown of the head in between your heels, which isn't what's going to happen, but that's what you're thinking about. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, lift up and over. Inhale, coming up. And exhale. One more time, exhale. Coming up, bring those arms down. Good. So now transition here. You're going to grab onto your ankles and draw them in. Pick your feet up. This is another rolling like a ball. But in this one, your chest starts out nice and lifted. I call it proud chest. Let's stretch the right leg out and exhale, bend the knee. Go to the other side. Practice your scooping. It's going to get harder in a second. Scooping and breathing. Good. Now can you do both legs and just hold it? And then bend the knees. One more time. And bend. So the legs here, the arms here are going to be straight. You can have a little bend in your elbows to make your arms really strong instead of just going into a hypermobility if you have it. So now we're going to roll. And you're going to think proud chest, and you're going to catch a ball underneath your chin, roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, then you're going to come back up to this position and proud chest again. Feet do not touch the ground. So lengthen those legs. Hold on where you can. Inhale, catch a ball, roll back. And coming up, and woo, stick it, proud chest. Catch the ball. And coming up, and proud chest. Rolling back. And coming up. Ooh, proud chest one more time. Pointing those feet. There you go. Bring the feet together, bend the knees. Oh. Next one is corkscrew. So this will progress into a really hard exercise, but at this point we're just learning how to support the legs from the belly. So you're going to lie down, draw your knees into your chest, head is down. You can have your head on that book if you need it. Arms are down beside you. Window frame arms, these are really important in this exercise. So pressing down at the ground, open your chest, feel the strength of your arms. Scoop your belly. Remember when we did this exercise, we moved the legs away? Think about that one now. Scoop the belly and lengthen your legs up towards the ceiling. Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. You're going to imagine there's a clock on the ceiling and you're going to trace around it from 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock, going clockwise, reverse, counterclockwise on the exhale. So inhale. You're going to move the toes around, it's not a big clock, until you're at 12. And then you exhale, go back the way you came. Inhale, 12 around to 12. And imagine that circle underneath you on the mat as much as it's up on the ceiling by this imaginary clock. Now is your belly scooping. Can you feel the scoop holding your spine in place and holding your legs? And bend the knees, bring it in. So we don't do too many of any of these exercises because we want things to be perfect. Not perfect, as close to perfect as you can make it. Do it perfectly. No, we're not perfectionists here, but we want quality over quantity. So sitting up nice and tall, we are perfectionists. Bring your arms out to the side. Reach your fingertips wide. Flex your feet. Again, think about tall, bend your knees, and then lengthen your heels out so far as you can so that you can still sit up tall. So your feet they can be off the mat, they can be on the mat, you choose. Fingertips are wide. You're gonna inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist around and reach your little finger for your little toe. Look back at your backhand and flip it so the palm's facing up towards the ceiling. Breathe out. Inhale, come to the center and go to the other side. Exhale. Inhale. This is called saw. You're sawing off your little toe with your little finger on the side of your hand. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. One more time. Each side. I don't want to see your feet moving. It's just your spine and your arms come down. Now transition to swan. So now we're going to go into our extension work, which means moving backwards or behind you rather. So as you can imagine, we're all like this all the time. We don't do this that often, so it's really hard for a lot of people. So don't do anything that feels painful in your back, but instead learn how to protect your back with your belly and then see if you can go a little bit further each time without going into pain. And especially if you have pain in your back, think about lengthening that part of your spine and get as much length and stretch because it's likely that those muscles are all seized up around that point trying to protect it. So what we want is the abdominals to be able to get in there instead of those muscles that are seized up trying to do all the work. So I hope that makes sense. Let's start out with a little exercise to get into swan. So this is a level 2 exercise that will get harder as we go. So just start with your hands underneath your shoulders and you're on your right cheek looking to the left or whatever cheek you need to be to look at me. Your heels are together, Pilates V on the mat behind you. But now imagine you're at the beach and just relax your shoulders, maybe close your eyes. You're just relaxed on the beach. You can relax your feet as well. And then someone comes to you and they pick your shoulders up and pull them down your back, and that lifts you up and you look the other way. And you lower down onto the other cheek. I'm going to face you. Hopefully the sound will be okay. Lower down onto the other cheek and relax your shoulders. Good. Now, again, that person comes, lifts your shoulders up and down your back, and that lifts you up, and you look the other way and lower yourself down and relax. Again, they lift your shoulders, and that lifts you, and you look the other way, and you lower yourself down. So feel that strength of your shoulders coming back, kind of lifting you a little bit. I want you to get in that instead of just it being all neck, which is what a lot of people think about this exercise. So now you're going to be on your forehead. Your chin is curled under, your shoulders are back already, you're scooping your belly, and you're curling your pelvis and pushing your hip bones into the ground. So starting right here, inhale, get those shoulders to lift you up a bit, and then start to look forward and reach your jaw as you press gently into your hands and lift yourself up. And then lower yourself down by reaching your navel point forward. Reaching your breastbone forward and then curling your chin under, rest on your forehead. Shoulders are back. Shoulders lifting you up a little bit. You start to look forward, scoop your belly. Scoop, 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 and exhale. You might not come up this high. You're trying to keep your feet together. Inhale. Lift the head. Looking forward, coming up one vertebra at a time. And then lower yourself down. Sit on your heels, give yourself a child's pose. And just breathe for 3 breaths while I talk to you. You can have your knees separated, you can have them together, whatever you want. You can have your arms out in front, you can have them beside you, but feel your forehead. And just imagine your breath filling your back with air. Stretch your back out with your breath, and then exhale, sink deeper down into the ground. Inhale, breathe into your back. I'm now talking to you as I would my clients, which is I'm not demonstrating. And exhale, just giving yourself one more breath. Inhaling and exhale. All right, now we do our side leg series. No, that's not true. Swan in level 2 goes into 2 more extension works. So we're going to go back onto our stomachs and prop yourself up on your forearms and your elbows. Your elbows are slightly ahead of your elbows. Sorry, your shoulders. Your elbows are slightly ahead of your shoulders. And your shoulders are back. They're not coming forward. And your knuckles are together. It's a weird shape. It's like what I think of like a cartoon diamond shape that you're making with your arms, if that makes sense. So you're going to lie on that. It's weird. You're stretching out your wrists in this position. Now, don't let your navel point touch the ground. Instead, lift it up. Look slightly ahead of your mat. Legs are lengthening out from your hip joint. They're not together. They're separated. Not be happening at all. So don't go into your back here, but just think about lifting the weight of your legs off the ground. With pointed feet, kick your right foot to your tush twice. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Switching between legs. So you go to the right, kick, kick, and lengthen. Left, kick, kick, and lengthen. Right and lengthen. Where's your navel point? Pull it back. Where are your shoulders? Pull them down your back. Sorry, I shouldn't be looking so far ahead because that makes me want to do this. So just look at the ground in front of your mat, and that's it. Lie down on your, lie down on whatever cheek you want to. You can look at me. This, just relax. Oh, that feels good. So this next one is double leg kick. That was single leg kick. Bend your knees, feet together, and then bring your hands up your back. Hold on to 4 fingers and bring it up as high up your back as you can. Try to bring your shoulders down your back and your elbows down to the ground. And then you're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. You lift up. Your legs lengthen, your arms lengthen. You look ahead. And then you lower to the other cheek and bend and kick. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, lifting yourself up. And exhale, lower and kick, kick, kick. Inhale. And exhale, kick. All right, so now, am I correct? We go to our side leg kicks. Side kick series. So you're going to lie on your side. Then you're going to bring your entire body to the back edge of the mat. Elbows to the back edge, head to the back edge, shoulders, hips, and legs. Kickstand hand in front of you. Top hands or bottom hands behind your head. Now pick your legs up, bring them to the front of the mat. Bottom foot is pointed or flexed and turned out, you decide. Point the top foot, just lengthen it out of your hip joint. Make sure you're reaching your tailbone down the mat. Bring the leg forward with a flexed foot and give it a pulse, pulse, point to go back. Pulse, pulse, flex, and point. Flex, and point. We're doing 10. This is 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, oops, and last one, and stack the legs one on top of the other. Point the top foot, turn it out in the hip socket, kickstand hand is still there, scoop your belly, and now lift up to the ceiling, flex, lower it down. Point, lift, and flex, lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Point, lift, flex, and lower. Now flex to go up, and point to go down. Flex, and point. Flex, and point. Try to look straight ahead. And last one. And now keep the foot pointed, lifted hip height, turned out, and just circle it around. And I don't want it to be too fast. And I don't want it to be too slow. It's a Goldilocks speed. And now let's reverse and go the other way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knee, bring it down. So hopefully starting to maybe feel it a bit around here in your glute medius. We'll be adding on more of that in our level 3. Go to your stomach here. Hands underneath your forehead stacked. Elbows are wide. And your legs are out behind you, Pilates V. So you're basically going to be lifting your legs from your thighs. Scoop your belly. Don't let, support your back with your belly. and your forehead stays on your hands. So it's going to look like this is grasshopper. Lifting the legs and beat the heels. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. Scoop that belly one more time. Lower the legs. And then you're going to pick your feet up and go to the other side for side legs on this side. Again, align yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Kickstand hand in front of you, hand behind your head. Pick your legs up, bring them to the front edge of the mat. Bottom foot pointed or flexed, flexed and turned out. Top leg is flexed, hip height. Let's draw it forward. Give it a pulse, pulse. Point to go back. Pulse, pulse, flex. And I'm trying not to let that leg go up behind me, but instead stay on a table. So it stays in the same level as when it's going forward. And again, you're not looking at your feet. That's hard. But you're looking straight ahead. And you're not letting that top shoulder go forward to balance the leg, but instead, trying to stretch that leg out behind you. Flex and point. Let's do one more, because I lost count. And now stack the legs one on top of the other. Turn the top leg out. Point the foot, lifting it up to the ceiling, and flex, come down. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex one more time. Reverse flex up and point down. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Keep the foot pointed, turned out, lifted to hip height, and circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower it down. Count it out wherever it's starting to be a bit painful. And now we're going to do teaser. So your level 2, that's when you first get introduced to teaser. And teaser is a hard exercise. So we're just going to learn how to start making the general movements and positioning of it. So to begin with, think about you rolling like a ball. But now we're going to do like a boat pose. This is a yoga pose. And I want you to feel your belly, scoop it, and think about lengthening your legs. And can you hold your legs with your belly? Oh, what if you let go with your hands? Can you do that? Oh, and now you can stay here, or you could think about lowering yourself down, just a couple of vertebrae, and then come back up. So you can just go a little bit. You don't have to go as far as I'm going, or you can go all the way down to the tips of your shoulder blades and come back up. Inhale and exhale. Now can you stay up, but lower your legs and pull them back in. And you can go all the way down if you want to, but maybe you only want to go to here and back up, and back, and here and back up, and then bend your knees. Oh, but instead you're just keeping your chest lifted. Knees are together like we did in the beginning with knee sways. You're moving your pelvis. So I want you to rock to the right across your pelvis. Keep your knees together. Rock to the left. Rock back to the right, and then lengthen your legs. And going to the left and the right and the left, and lengthen your legs. And right and left and right, and lengthen. And left and right and left and lengthen. Good. Next exercise is swimming. So lie down on your stomach. People hate this exercise, so sorry. But it's really good for your back. If it hurts your back, don't do it, or just lift yourself a little bit. Think about lifting yourself up. So arms out, legs out. Arms are reaching out of your shoulder girdle. Legs are reaching out of your hip sockets. Head is down. Your shoulders are staying down your back. Now you're going to lift everything up, including your head. Opposite limbs stretch up, and then switch, and switch, and switch. You're breathing in, and you're breathing out. You can have your head lifted, or you could look down. You could do both. You could just keep switch child's pose. Release your back. One more breath. Almost done. Sealing our practice. Joseph Pilates, we're thinking more about the animal. So we are going to become that seal. Feet together in prayer position, hands together in prayer position. Pick your feet up. Knees are wide, bottoms of the feet together. Dive your hands down underneath. Hold onto the tops of your feet or your ankles. And you're in your C curve position with your spine. You're curling your pelvis. Think about your rolling like a ball. Don't go back onto your neck. Only go to the tips of your shoulder blades. You're going to open and close your legs and clap your feet. Roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades and do the same. Come back up and bark like a seal. Ark, ark, ark. Go back. Ark, ark, ark. You're in your own home. Just bark. Ark, ark, ark. Ark, ark, ark. Nobody's watching you. Ark, ark, ark. Ark, ark, ark. Ark, ark, ark. Try not to throw your legs. Ark, ark, ark. But come through your spine. Ark, ark, ark. One more time. Ark, ark, ark. Maybe you can cross your ankles and stand up. Or maybe just stand up. So stand up. Last exercise, I apologize, is our push-ups. I am just as bad at push-ups as the next person. Never been good at them. I was good at them for a while when I was certifying and becoming a Pilates instructor and practicing a lot. And then I tended to just end my practice early and forget about it because you tend to avoid the exercises you're bad at, no matter who you are. So let's all become a little bit better. You're going to stand at the back edge, your mat, heels together, toes apart, Pilates V. Inhale your arms up. Imagine you're on a wall and you're going to roll off that wall one vertebra at a time, not sticking your bum back. Keep your bum over your heels. And then when your hands get down to the ground, walk out 6 walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Find your plank. Then bend your elbows back. 1, exhale. 2, exhale. 3, and then chin to your chest. Walk your hands back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not easy on a squidgy mat like this. I would probably come onto the floor. Inhale, if I had a mat down there. Exhale, rolling down. Walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull your shoulders down your back. And 1, exhale. 2, 3. Notice I'm not going very far with my push-ups because I want to have pretty good form. It's not perfect. Inhale, exhale, last set. Walking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Oh, I am rusty in the push-ups. Oh, and that's the end. You notice that I was putting my elbows back instead of out to the side. That's because in Pilates, those are your push-ups, tricep pushes. All right, guys, well done. I'm going to try and do this again next Wednesday, level 2. If there's enough of you that want to do level 3 instead, let me know. Otherwise, maybe we'll try to do a level 3 on another night. All right, so go drink your wine, enjoy your solitude, read a good book if you can. If you don't have children, you have to wake up at 5 in the morning. See you next week.